Hi Everlasters, I'm Alex Karlsson. Welcome to my exclusive interview with EVERLAST Korea. My journey in K-pop started completely by accident. Once upon a time, I was an artist myself.
I'm Alex, I'm 17 years old, and I'm a musician.
And my artist career didn't quite pan out. So that led to me working behind the scenes and doing the producer and songwriter work. Eventually, a Korean company came to Sweden and was looking for songs, and I thought that sounded really exciting. Started playing around with it, and the rest is history. Since then, I've been able to write songs and produce for BTS, NCT, ENHYPEN, twice. It's been a literal dream come true. The things I think about mainly when I'm making K-pop is how can I push it further? How can we develop this genre and push it to another level that we haven't hit yet? Sometimes it involves upping the energy, pushing the boundaries in an up way, and other times it's about holding back. What I think has been the most rewarding thing is when we take risks in the music creation process and maybe not going for that gigantic chorus, but sometimes going for something more held back, like for example, Fever, and then seeing this new experimental thing that we just did take off. And that's what I always aim for, doing something a little bit different and it working. A good example of this on a more micro level is as bands get older, they can't stay the cute teeny bopper thing that they once were. So transitioning a band from a cute concept into a more mature, elaborate concept is one of my favorite parts of the journey. It's also the hardest thing to do, because where are they in life? You have to pinpoint that emotion, and that reflects on their fans too. And it's a journey that fan and artist goes through together. And being able to help that connection happen is my favorite part of the job. Let's break down some of my favorite songs that I've written and produced. Number 1, Q&A, Cherry Bullet, 2019. The first single that I ever produced and worked on, which was with a band called Cherry Bullet. The song's called Q&A, and this song happened as a bit of an accident. We were working on AOA's album, which was also FNC. And we made this song in what I'd say at the time was just as much of a, this is current K-pop 2019 as we possibly could. Wild bass lines, big drums, very, very up, happy choruses, which were all the rage at the time. Then we got the feedback back from FNC saying, hey, we love this song. We want this for a new girl band, Cherry Bullet. And that was such a magical moment. We weren't just tagging along a new thing. We got to be part of the birth of a completely new band. And the song was super loved. It ended up being going on Netflix and heck, all these ads and stores, radio. And it went on this journey that I really didn't expect it to do. And that was a huge motivator for me to keep going and continue delving into K-pop. So thanks, Cherry Bullet. Number 2, Tiger Inside, SuperM, 2020. Tiger Inside is a really special one for me. It's a song, again, very accidental in how it got created. I did it together with the famous production duo, Moonshine. At the time, we had our studios next door to each other. It was the night before Christmas, and myself and Moonshine were the only people in the studio. I hear this beat that they're playing around with, and I couldn't help but knock on the door and say, hey guys, I've got some ideas. And in that moment, we created the first minute and a half of the song like this. And they looked at me and like, okay, we gotta do this right now. Moonshine, we were really close with the NCT team. At the time, nobody really knew what SuperM was. We had heard some rumors about it. We thought, hey, that'd be cool if that happens, but we were still aiming for NCT. Then when we got the feedback back from SM that they want this song for SuperM, that was awesome. And then over time, it started off as gonna be an album song. But as it progressed behind the scenes, the Korean lyrics were written, the recording got done, and it went from album track to single. And this was really impactful because this is where, A, the Korean lyrics just completely changed the song and gave it depth that I didn't give it. And 2, SuperM sang the song in a way that I haven't actually heard another K-pop band interpret one of my songs that well since then. So when that came out, and I saw the video, I saw the choreo, I heard the vocals, I got a Korean person explain the lyrics to me. I had such a profoundly deep moment with it, and it's still one of my absolute favorite releases to this day. Number 3, Fever by ENHYPEN, 2021. ENHYPEN Fever is an interesting one because on this song that I worked with Cassiopeia, Hitman Bang, Wonder Kid, and Cash Cow, we took a risk. In K-pop before then, you didn't have a lot of down choruses. And you've of course heard them with The Weeknd, I Can't Feel My Face, but we haven't really done that much in K-pop. And we stumbled upon this melody, the da 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 da, and I was thinking, there's no way we can use this as a chorus. It's never gonna work. And we tried writing a new chorus many times. We kept going at it, but eventually it was just like, it has to be this. It has to be this. So we sent it over to Big Hit, Hitman Bang, Wonder Kid, Cash Cow. We don't hear anything for a few days, and then the feedback comes. This is incredible. I'm thinking there's no way we're actually gonna do this. We're okay. Then the song comes out. Everybody loves the album, Carnival. Then the video comes. And this song just skyrockets, the fans go crazy. We found the pocket, we hit this chord that was in people. That was a powerful moment. Not too long ago, we released an album with ATEEZ. But how did that album happen? I'd come to Korea, and I got in the studio with Edenary and Hongjun and Maddox, and we started making these songs. Started with one, then one became two, then three, then four. We made 4 songs in a day. I don't know how we did that. And what's crazier is that after we did these 4 songs, Hongjun went to dance practice. And he was doing that till, 3 in the morning, while the rest of us were having Korean barbecue afterwards. So I'm just like, how does he make the time? And this was really meaningful to me because he'd taken the time to come to the studio when he didn't have to make these songs, and then go to dance practice afterwards and be up all night because the dude's passionate. The work ethic. No matter how big the band, these kids, they work. And the result is what you see in the music videos and the songs. It's on a different level. So oftentimes I like to break up the K-pop groups into 3 different categories: novice, up and coming, and veteran. My job becomes very different depending on where the particular band falls in the system. With a novice band, it's a lot about exploration, getting to know them as quickly as possible with relatively little information, and then crafting a song that can showcase their talents and their ambitions. This is what I call more of a sort of craft work, since we're sort of doing a trailer for the rest of their career in a very short form EP. Then we have the up and coming. This is exploration a little bit more into discovering new territories, carving out a niche, and traditionally I'd say that this is less about performance and more about getting that connection with a more dedicated group of an audience. But then you get to the veterans. And when you get to the veterans, it becomes a lot more personal because they've done these first 2 steps before. So what's left for them? They want to create a sort of, I like to call a soul-touching bond, which is when you listen to a song from them, my goal is that you feel like you're being spoken to directly. And that's the hardest thing to do because it's not so much about craft, it's more about emotion and heart. One thing that I'm really grateful to for K-pop is getting the opportunity to actually work and be recognized as a producer and songwriter. In the Western markets, we're very much behind the scenes. I mean, same as here, but the big difference I'd say is it's very much about getting in the click. While in K-pop, it's all about the song. It's all about what you deliver. Whether you're friends with the label or not, it doesn't bear that much weight. So it's sort of fair game. Best song wins. Best artist wins. And that's allowed me to have a career that I'd never have if I'd had to play the politics game that many have to do in LA and London. To all of you who want to one day enter the K-pop scene as a producer, a songwriter, or vocal director, or anything like that, I'd say it's possible, go for it, but hone your craft first before you present yourself, because you might not get that many chances to show who you are. Thanks for checking out my exclusive interview with EVERLAST Korea. Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe EVERLAST Korea, and hopefully myself, to stay up to date with all the latest in K-pop news. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and maybe I get to come back and talk a little bit more with you guys. Take care.